Alright, let's get into it then. So, server 42, we have Zoinks versus Jesters here. One of the last few games for the group stage here. For Group C, if I remember correctly. I'll double check that. Yep, Group C. So, Jesters are currently on 1 loss and 1 tie, whereas Zoinks are on 1 win, 1 loss. So, Jesters have to actually get a win here today to have any chance of trying to progress through the group. Otherwise, they are going to be eliminated. So, seeing the first couple bands here, Jin coming out from Jesters, not surprising. That's Oxum's most played champion by long shots. Definitely makes him like a secondary threat to Disco Dano on the team if he gets that, so it's a good ban. I like Kha'Zix too. You definitely want to kind of pincer some of the picks that Dano can try to 1v9 on. And a great as well, so not too surprising to see those first 3 bans from blue side. And then looking on red side, Victor, Darius, Lucian, so all kind of strong solo lanes. Lucian obviously, Victor, both Lucian and Victor could technically be flexed into bot lane too. I'm not sure how comfortable Luna will be on those, but I think they're decent bans regardless. Okay, in the first pick, Nunu. This has been one of the most banned champions in the entire tournament so far, if I remember correctly. I'll take a quick look at the stats. So yeah, Nunu's been banned 12 games so far out of 12 played. So first time we're actually getting to see him being played at all in the tournament. Answered by Swain Olaf. So Swain obviously pretty strong pick at the moment. It can be kind of flex into support or the kind of carry position in bot lane, as well as being like a decent flex for mid and top too. So I think it's pretty strong. I think it's a good pick. Galio in response can pair up with the Nunu pretty nicely, I think. Because obviously Nunu's going to be rolling around the map, trying to go in with the snowball. He can, when he starts his ulti with the absolute zero, slows everyone down around him. Galio can ult in to get the chain CC off. And Pike. So I'm liking this so far. They've kind of got a bit of a dive comp going on here. With Nunu, Galio, Pike. Now, blinding Pike when you don't really know what the enemy bot lane is going to be fully is a bit risky sometimes, I think. So we'll see if Zoinks can try to punish this at all. The trash locking is okay. I think it can counter Pike in a certain amount of ways if you can get that execution down to a T. You can, like, flay Pike out of stuff like his E. Try to punish him when he goes for like the all-in. I think that's very much possible. Kaisa it's good. She's obviously very strong at the moment. Can pair up really well with the Pike as well in the bot lane. So they can stack up her passive really quickly if he lands the CC. Shen's a good ban away from Blackburn. Can pair up with Olaf extremely well. Draven is pretty good. I think it's one of Hawkins' most played ADCs. So, and he has like role swapped from mid into AD carry when he gets his hands on it. So they're trying to eliminate any kind of role swap shenanigans coming out here. No, sorry, I'm just casting this. It's a 2-game series. It's in a tournament here in the local Irish scene called Server 42. Okay, so Vel'Koz's locked in, so could still be flexed. You can put the Swain in mid, or you can put a Vel'Koz in mid, or bot lane. So they're trying to keep their options open at the moment. Ornn, last pick here for Mad Jesters, still pretty good. Obviously, still one of like the best tank top laners in the game. Answered by the second best top tank in the game, Sion. If they lock this in. So yeah, I like a lot of what Blue's Mad Jesters comp is doing here. You have like the Ezreal for safety, so Pyke can actually roam and try to make plays happen around the map. Pairing up with some things like the Nunu and the Galio, who are big playmakers. Obviously, once Galio gets to level 6, can ulti from that mid lane to any kind of skirmish that starts happening. So I think that's kind of like a really good setup. Hey, how's it going?
Hello. I cannot watch Gem Select, so visualize it for me.
Well, you could jump into the stream for a second if you want to see what the picks are. We're about to go into spectator delay. We can talk about it a little bit.
Wait, I follow you, I swear.
Do
I not?
It should be in one of the many stream channels on the Discords.
There we are. Alright.
Alright, so as I was saying here, blue side we have Ornn, Nunu, Galio, Ezreal, Pyke. Red side we have Sion, Olaf, Vel'Koz, Swain, and Thresh. So it's Hawkins going bot lane again with one. So as I was kind of saying on the stream there, I think I really like the blue side comp as a kind of cohesive unit, because you have the Ezreal who can kind of play lane safely while the Pyke wants to go roam. The Pyke pairs up really well with the Nunu and the Galio, and then obviously you got your Ornn who's just gonna farm up in top lane and then be pretty useful in team fights later on. The red side comp I'm not so sure of. I think obviously Swain Thresh is like a really strong duo that can like try to punish the Ezreal. Vel'Koz into Galio. I don't actually really know the matchup too well, but I would think that something like Olaf will like to gank that lane for sure if Vel'Koz can land that CC. Try to attack the global of the Galio earlier on, and then obviously Sion's just a pretty solid tank as well. But it feels like the scaling is on the side of Mad Jesters here.
I'd almost agree, were not for the fact that they have Ezreal as their ADC. I think at that point it'd be very hard to go towards Sion and Olaf. Though if we are looking at late game, I think at that point there's a good chance that Swain falls off. So what you're saying is then completely correct. So that Ezreal should be doing fine, especially with the Pyke. I think the Pyke actually having a little bit of backup with that damage should be good enough for them to really see what's going on. I'm actually kind of confused as to what their comp is. Don't they have the whimsical one as well? And what's his name? It's something stupid. JC's account anyway.
Oh yeah, JC isn't playing.
Yeah.
Huh. I didn't even notice that. Let me yeah, they've been doing some weird role swaps. So, like Hawkins has made some games. Sometimes he's ADC. Like I know the games that they played against us because my team is in this group. JC was playing. He got 2 games of Vladimir in mid, and Hawkins role swapped to ADC. Oh, it's fine. Vladimir is not a great champion in the current meta. The items really don't favor him all that much.
Fair.
So it's not as a scary pick as it used to be honest. But Yeah, no, I'm interested to see how this goes. Like, I have no idea how Mad Jester's going to perform now with these different players. I think who wasn't playing for them before. I think it was Razel is new on this lineup.
I think Loli Lunia might be new, but I'm not entirely sure. Because I think the Whimsical one was supposed to play, but he isn't in Europe anymore, as far as I remember. I'm not entirely sure if that's correct. So yeah, it's a bit of unfortunate stuff. However, we should be looking at, as well as like Disco Dano's team, like realistically, it's just Disco Dano, right? We saw him live and die like by him, and if he doesn't pop off, then the game's it's basically lost. They put him on Olaf, which means that he's able to freely move around. I'm just afraid that, and you said it as well, you know, if we get into late game, what happens then? It's like, well, Zoinks not gonna do a whole lot.
Yeah. Like, it definitely depends on the picks, I guess. What I've noticed is that in their first series for Zoinks, when Oxum had his Jin, like, there was definitely a lot more multiple threats coming out of Zoinks. But once you kind of take that away from him, and you start pinch reading some of Dano's, like, kind of carry junglers, then like, as we did in our series versus them, it definitely seems a bit harder for them to kind of have those multiple threats, as I'm kind of saying. So I'll be interested to see if we can, like, if they actually make anything happen with Swain and the Vel'Koz, if they can actually, you know, provide some threat throughout the game.
Do you want to fast forward to like the latest point? Is that how we're gonna do it?
Are you in the thing now?
Mm-hmm.
Just pause at 15. That's fine.
Okay.
And then I'll count in.
Yep. Whenever you're ready.
Okay. 3, 2, 1, go.
Don't worry, Mood. I also miss bands. But yeah, should be super interesting. Game 1 between what's Zoinks team called? Just Zoinks?
It's just called Zoinks. It's Zoinks versus Mad Jesters.
Alright, so Zoinks versus Mad Jesters.
So,
yeah.
Moot, if I remember correctly, Mad Jesters banned Jin. They banned Graves and they banned Kha'Zix in the first rotation. The other side I can't remember. So, good luck with that.
Lucian, I saw Victor, and I didn't know the other one.
Oh yeah, it was Lucian, Victor, and yeah, I can't remember too much actually. Like, there were very specific picks, like mostly kind of mid lane or kind of flexed.
Yeah.
Draven, that was it. They banned Draven as well.
Ah, okay, that makes sense.
Yeah, so they banned Hawkins Draven.
So some level 1 shenanigans, didn't really get anything from it. I like the word from Mad Jester, is gracious, finding Blackburn. Just, yeah, not in a smallest breath.
Yeah. No, they're not trying to overforce here, because as I was saying before you joined the stream, Mad Jesters have to win this series 2-0 to have a chance to even progress. If they even just tie here, they cannot catch up to Zoinks, who are currently in second place in their group. So, very much under pressure to get these dubs.
I'm generally really curious what this Olaf is gonna do. We've seen that, like, early game, he clears fast, he has decent ganks if the setup is there, which there is a lot of setup around this team, right? I'm just curious what we're gonna see from them. It's a bit of a cheese in the bot lane, nice hook, but nice response from the Lemon Eater. Picks up Hawkins immediately, but it forces a flash from Oxum, has the heal and the snipe from Hawkins, making it first blood for them. He doesn't get a way out, but it doesn't matter. He got the gold in his pocket already.
Yeah, I think he'll be pretty happy with that. Goes 1 for 1, but gets the first blood gold. Can come back to lane immediately with his tier. So we'll be able to stack that up really early on, as well as having the D-Blade to kind of give him that extra little bit of health and damage. Olaf getting the early kill obviously is never great, but I think overall it's kind of fun.
Yeah, you do get the 100 gold extra. I do really agree that Olaf getting that kill could be very, very dangerous, especially, you know, considering that it is Zoinks on that pick. Need to keep an eye on that, how that is gonna play out. Is the stun gonna land? Yes, Wonin hits another nice one. Flash Force. Wonin wants to go after him. Flay not getting into the tower. Is the bone screw gonna hit? Yes, it will. And Hawkins comes out with the heal, keeping his support alive, and now Oxum at the wrath of the auto attacks. Just one Q, just one auto attack. It's gonna be a double for Hawkins.
Well, and both carries were still level 1 throughout that entire fight, by the way. So it was all Wonin at level 2. It's basically support combat, right? Just trying to get one up in each other there. I have Simeon getting caught out though.
Yeah, no CC chain on that one. Doesn't really matter. Both flash for that kill. Did get picked up by Lolly Lunia in the end there. Very aggressive early game, and it's working for them for the side of Medjest.
Well, this is exactly what you want to see, right? Like, Zoinks comp is very much focused on the early game, like lane domination, snowball the Olaf kind of comp. If you can attack them early on and set them behind in this kind of fashion, then it's going to make life even so much more difficult to kind of get that early game snowball into like kind of mid game finish.
Yeah, for sure. We really need to see that Zoinks pick working out, looking at him for those ganks to set up his team. There now isn't a flash available for that Galio. Yes, he has to smash away, but there's still a very good gank opportunity. It's coming out now, but I think it got spotted by Wonin.
And there's no summoner spot lane at all. Like, Ignite's coming back up for Thresh. But both junglers can definitely look at this bot lane for potential, for more potential shenanigans. Right now, Olaf just clearing the red side Raptors. Is spotted out by a ward there behind the red pit, so they do know he's in this area.
Looks like Razel is just looking for it. He
maybe
finds the Olaf. You cannot win this 1v1. Has to walk away on that one.
So you didn't see.
Oh! Change CC the bot lane. Hawkins in a lot of trouble. Shut down. Being taken by the Lemon Eater. You wouldn't really want to see that on the support, but good kill nonetheless.
Yeah, we're punishing the lack of flash coming out of Ezreal there. He must have E'd forward just a little bit earlier. So, unfortunate timing on that one, but nice punish. And they managed to stabilize the gold already a little bit. There's only 100 gold between two sides, so whereas before it's like nearly 1k.
Now Derek getting hooked, getting flayed, not being able to move for all that long as Disco down and now joining in on this bottom fight. Will that be enough, however, to get this dive working? The never move lands, but the X doesn't. The hook is perfect. Dynamite comes down.
Oh, no.
No was being had on that one, though. Simeon joins in on the fray. As Wonin goes down low, gets a bit of health back with his passive. He's still looking for more hits. The first hook gets knocked up and gets taken out. What a mess of a dive in the bottom lane.
Yeah, I think that ultimately came down to Oxum just tanking the tower too early, not allowing Lemonator to start taking those hits so they could properly juggle the aggro. Ultimately, it means that Oxum got executed by tower, and then it would be easily taken down by Hawkins. So, yeah, again, early plays going in favor here for Mad Jesters. Zoinks not really on the same page making these plays.
Nice, yeah. They definitely weren't. We saw the X hitting. Well played. Like, all the kudos to Lemon Eater for hitting that hook, hitting that flay, but unfortunately, it wasn't working out in the end. Maybe, nope. Even that never move not gonna land, and he shows himself as well. Hook lands after hook. And that bot lane is in a whole heap of troubles now that Ezreal has 5 kills already.
Yeah, well, Hawkins just, managed to farm champions pretty effectively here. Has also like a decent CS lead over Oxum, who's going to be really struggling to kind of pick these creeps when he's getting harassed this much by the Ezreal. He's kind of steaming ahead towards his early Manamune. Should probably actually have enough gold to get it on his next back, given the amount of gold and CS he has in the pockets.
Yeah, 1100 gold ready to spend. So Dragon does get picked up. Could be looking for a fighter. Nice never move from Oxum. Could be their first kill. Hawkins, get out alive! TP's gonna be channeled. Sailor is gonna be joining this one. So he gets cancelled at the back end of that one, I believe. Oh no, finally he's there. Call of the Forge God only knocks up to Lemon Eater. Going the first in the fray. Flashes out. Now Razel is all alone in between 3 members. The Ray not doing nearly enough damage as Sailor finally getting that kill. I am struggling because I know these people by name and I only can't refer to them by name. So I need to have two things at the same time. So hook
okay.
lands,
Ooh,
nice
nice
one. Loy Luna goes back in. Will it be enough? Hawkins is still there. How is he still alive? Gets auto-attacked to death with the help of the Thunderlords. And now Oxum goes down as well to Woden in the end. What a weird fight that one. I believe it was a 5-4-3 question mark?
I don't even know anymore. The fight was so back and forth. Like, Dano went down pretty early on, but then the rest of Zoinks managed to actually kind of win out the fight pretty well at the back end. Forced Jesters back underneath the tower, and they just got a little too greedy after that. You know, they were trying to force the kills on the tower. Oxum did manage to pick up a kill on Hawkins, but not really worth it overall.
Not really worth it at all. The Drake was already gone as well, so why are you still there? One could ask. In the end, though, you know, we're looking at a 1.5k gold lead and a gank in the top lane as Blackburn in a little bit of trouble with Disco down there to help. Decimating Smash only hits one. The Ragnarok comes down and more than enough damage to pick that Ornn up, even with that Bami. So they finally get something back on the map. It will be in the top lane.
Yeah, getting the kill on Disco Dino. Always nice to see. Looks like they're trying to force maybe a little bit more. If they can chunk out the Nunu, maybe they can dive him, but right now maybe just a bit too risky.
Yeah, it looks like they don't really want to try it just yet. As Epic Simeon also happily just pushing down in that mid lane, getting a tower plate for himself. Well played to him. And that does mean that, you know, that gold lead already being taken back to just 8k, 9k-ish. So, doesn't really matter in the grand scheme of things. It's like, well, 2.5 kills. Not the end of the world. They're still very much in this if they play it well enough. So, let's see what the state is. We're looking at Disco Dano is actually very, very far ahead with the kills he has and with the CS he has. He's at almost a K gold lead.
Yeah, for sure. Like, Razel has definitely made the ganks happen a bit more. Well, Dano's managed to get a couple kills off these kind of skirmishes, but overall Dano is kind of power farming ahead, as you would expect. They do manage to pick themselves up a Herald, it looks like, for Dano, so that will be pretty nice. Hopefully they'll... I think what they probably should look to do here is like either use a bot lane to kind of free up Thresh to kind of roam with Olaf more, or use it in the mid lane and kind of helps Epic Simeon who's already like built, you know, doing pretty well this game so far.
Him and Eater Wonin takes a lot of damage. Ignite might be enough. No, he heals back up. That is very dumb, if I can say that. That was stupid that he heals through that, but he stays alive. Luckily.
Yeah. A bit of miscommunication. Oxum definitely could have followed up there and finished the kill, but kind of backed off there at the last second.
Very much looking to get this turret down. They want to get that to 3 plates and then spawn the Herald. So it's going to take a little while. Nope, just spawn it right now. Get the plates either way. Gracious going to take in a little bit low there. Has to use the Call of the Force God. And there comes the ultimate with the perfect response. What a dive from Blackburn. Ridiculous stuff. Flashes away from the biggest snowball, but Razel decides he wants to follow. He wants a kill. He does get it. But the plates still go down and it's still a 1-for-1 trade.
Yeah, 1-for-1 trade in the end, but that means all that gold will actually just go to Disco Dano, I think. I think he got the full amount from all those plates, so I think he'll actually be pretty happy with that, to be honest. Even though Blackburn ended up going 1-for-1 there.
He's 1.7k ahead now on Razel. Of course, different roles between those two, but that's saying something. As soon as you see that Gore Drinker finished, he will do a lot of damage in basically everywhere if he wants to.
Yeah, for sure. Like, that's what really makes kind of like these champions like Olaf and Kayn scary at the moment. Is the Gore Drinker, the amount of healing you get in these fights is just absolutely insane. Epic Simeon getting bullied a little bit by Galio. Does managed to keep himself relatively safe though.
This is a little greedy, I feel like. Yeah, they're deciding to walk away from that one. Trying to see if that Bone Skewer lands. It does, and so does the true shot barrage. The ultimate right on the death from below is indeed death for them. They don't get a second, but they do get a flash from Oxum. Let's see what Hawkins can finishes off. They need to be careful though, because there is Disco Dano. See if that X is gonna land. There it is. Lunia is all by herself over the wall. They need to 3 versus 1 this, but they can't. Disco Dano is on a rampage. He just walks right through them all as he hits yet another one for a double kill. And now, Lunia all by her lonesome. As Disco Dano might just get a triple kill for himself. We were talking about how far ahead this Olaf is. Well, now it's even worse.
Yeah, what's really unfortunate for them is Wonan actually hooked Dano into range to kill Hawkins, which is just tragic, to be honest. So really kind of set them up for success in that fight when really the most fed member on Mad Jesters just goes down so early on. Yeah, they kind of definitely started out to play when they were looking for that kind of 2v2 kill in the bot blue tribe rush. They kind of just overstaged trying to kill off Oxum. They really should have backed out a bit earlier. Been satisfied with that 1 kill, but ultimately they do get punished for it, and Dano is going to be in a really strong position now.
They're looking for 1 more kill. I think it's a bit too much. Boning tries... Well, he tries something. He needs to be careful though. Hits the trash. Hawkins trying his hardest to follow up True Shot Barrage for a kill. It's a 1v1 trade, but again, shutdown going over to Disco Dano. Xailer decides to join this fight a little bit late. Call of the Forge God knocks up just Oxum. I don't think they want to continue on this one. He's all alone. He's gonna try and 1v1 this, isn't he? He finds Hawkins. He goes very low. Ragnarok. There's the core drinker. Dear Jesus. Oh. He just stays alive. Oh no.
Yeah, like what is Orin going to do there when he's up by himself against the Olaf? Like, he's just gonna heal up for all his worth and just walk away, no problem at all. So yeah, let's go Dano. Almost 4k ahead of the Nunu, Mr. Razel there. By far the most fed member on his team. He's definitely trying to 1v9 here, trying to put Jesters to bed. We'll have to see if the Mad Jesters can turn it around.
It looked so good for them in the early game, and all of a sudden that Olaf is 9-2-1, has a 700 gold shutdown, and at this point there's an issue, because we all know that an Olaf that is behind is useless, but an Olaf that is ahead, what do you do to stop them? What are their options to try and make sure that they don't get slaughtered by this Olaf?
Well, for sure they need to just group, right? I think what Olaf is really winning here through is like these kind of loose skirmishes. And he's kind of getting these kills off the back of plays being made from Mad Jesters that are just not going well for them. And that they didn't really have to force either. Like, they had already like made some decent wins in the early game to put Zoinks behind. But they have a comp that outscales. So at some point they should have just recognized, okay, well, we can just play safe here. You know, get some vision around the map. Try to keep track of where Disco Dano is. But instead he's managed to pick up like a lot of kills the last few minutes here and put himself in a very, very scary position.
Yeah, I'm kind of curious who is going to take him down. One thing I would want to see, like, fairly short, and we see on Razel completed already, are those Grievous Wounds. We see the Thornmail being completed, especially from Hawkins, who now has a lot of gold, you know, available to himself. If he can buy that, that would be even better. He needs to be careful of that trash, not gonna land on that one. Herald is up and available if they want to go for them. Oh, Death Integration. Ray actually might do enough damage. No, just about 200 health up. Disco Dano now finds 2 people he can try and get a little bit more gold off. Simeon still trying to fight out on this one. Stays alive, thanks to a little bit of third shot. It happens. Yeah. Nice bone score in the bot lane. That bot lane is so important to get ahead still. But Oxum pops his ultimate, stays alive.
Yeah, he's just trying to sustain here, but he's still getting chunked out by Hawkins every time one of those mystic shots lands, so...
Oh, the snipe!
There you go.
Okay, Hawkins, keep it up, baby.
So, yeah, Hawkins doing his best to keep the team in the game here. They're trying their best to break out this bottom lane turret so they can still rotate it. And try to, like, start limiting what Dano can kind of do. They still haven't been able to take down his turret. What? So... Still there with like 400 HP. Dano looking to punish here. Just land up. Very nice.
Yeah, not a whole lot they could do here as Razel now wants to join this one. No Ragnarok available for Disco Dano, but it could still be very, very dangerous. Knockout doesn't connect. And that might be his ticket out of that one. The box stops Lolly Lunia doing any more damage. Good escape from them.
Yeah, nice peel. Managed to get away, avoid being punished by Mad Jesters, and they continue to build up this lead now. Nearly 1.5k gold. Dano himself, well over 4k gold at this point in the lead over enemy jungle. So they're definitely putting themselves in a nice position here, try to get control of the dragon area. Have to be careful there that they don't get punished under tower.
If there's 3 Mountain Drakes on that team, it's gonna be very scary to see if that Ezreal does enough damage, but gotta have to hold that as a gank in the bottom lane. Both support and the jungle join in on this one. The death from below misses. Doesn't matter. Hawkins still pumping out the damage. Now it's a 3 versus 1. Ragnarok Flash. He cannot get it though. Just walks away. He still gets the kill. Miraculously. Will he go down? No, won't he want to give the kill? Still takes it himself. Just about barely went down. Dear Lord.
Yeah, Dano tried to rescue that play, but...
God, another kill flashed away from Simeon, still alive. Meanwhile, Blackburn trying to fight his way in the bottom lane. Wonen has more than enough health, and I think they have enough damage to deal with the sign for now. No TP was used. I believe the ultimate. Used to get there. Oh, whoa! My mouse is moving. Sorry.
Yeah, no problem at all. Blackburn taking a lot of damage here, but has managed to barely keep himself safe. Tower does go down eventually, so Mad Jesters finally open up that bot side. They will not be healthy enough, I think, to contest this dragon though, so this should be a pickup for Zoinks. Especially with Nunu on the other side of the map.
Slowly crawling their way up for that. I'd almost say almost win condition. You know, it gets them close. I don't think it completely gives it to them after that point, but it is sure nice to get 3 Mountain Drakes if they get to that point.
Oh, sure.
Starting that one up.
Like, especially when you look at all the sustain coming out from Olaf. Plus, also, like, someone like Swain, right, who really loves having all that resistances when he just dives in the middle of the enemy team and just tries to sustain burst them. So, would be a really big pickup if Zoinks can get it.
Mid lane in a little bit of trouble. Knockup doesn't connect though. Might be her way out of this one, but it gets followed up with the ultimate, and after that, no way out. Good hook from the Lemon Eater right onto Sailor. He needs to walk out. It gets responded by another hook right onto Simeon. Wonen going a little bit too far forward now in the fray with 4 other members. Could the temperature zero do enough? No, Razel also walking away. It's absolute zero. Oh, Hawkins, why are you there by yourself between me? Hello?
Yeah, a bit questionable from Hawkins there. Gets punished for his sins. Wonen hooking in the Scion.
Cool.
Don't know what you're looking to accomplish there, mate. He's a bit healthy. I believe. Let's see, how much HP does Mr. Scion have? 2.3. Actually, not that much. But even then, like, he's not likely to die under turret when he has the shield available to him this early on. So, nice punches coming out from Zoinks. Gets themselves mid lane tower, gives them a bit more map control around this area. Obviously, Dragon not available for another 4 minutes, so mostly they're going to look to focus on getting vision in this top side and try to just choke out some river control here.
At this point, it's kind of scary, right? Like, how far ahead does this Olaf need to be for Mad Jesters to not have any way back into this one, for them to not have a response early enough to get their items to scale up and to win off of that? Because right now, it surely looks like this Olaf could just completely take over this game and run anyone down that he gets his hand on, especially if there's no flash on that member.
Well, what I'm really disappointed to see is that there's a real lack of, like, grievous wounds coming out from Mad Jesters here. Like, the only one I can see is on the Nunu with the Bramble Vest, but there's no Executioners for your Ezreal, there's no Morellos for your Galio. So they really need to start building that up, because it's not just going to be Olaf that's going to be a problem. You're also looking at the Swain, who right now is not the strongest, but like the longer this game goes, the more dragons that they get, the more of a threat he's going to be in these team fights. So they really need to start getting that together.
I completely agree. We were talking about it, what now, 10 minutes ago almost? 7 minutes ago where we said like we need to see those. Didn't happen yet. Also, I have a very bad frame of time, so I could be completely wrong as when that was exactly. Nothing on the map besides that Baroness Razel walking towards top lane to find Blackburn, who uses the blast cone for himself, and Blackburn just doesn't take any damage between these two members. And now Disco Dano joins in on this fight. Call of the Force God gonna be called, but it's not enough. He needs another lifeline to save himself on that one. And now Lunia in a lot of trouble, Woning there to try and protect her. Doesn't matter, Baron could very well be taken if it keeps continuing like this. Disco Dano, of course, does a lot of damage on that monster, and there it is, gets started now as Razel trying his hardest to still get out of the way.
Yeah, it's a big punish on Mad Jesters here. They really try to kind of overforce that fight on the Scion. When it's like when you're talking about like Nunu Ornn, like it's going to be really hard for them to cut through him that quickly. So Disco Dano in the right place at the right time to just cut through them with the double T-Mat combined with obviously his top laner. And yeah, nice Baron. They will punish Razel here, who was way too late trying to contest that. Hawkins here in the position. Oh, Unia's gone in.
Oh, this is disaster for the Mad Jesters. They lose Baron, they lose members. And they might even lose their captain already. The Arcane shifts to safety. Wonen trying his hardest to do the same thing. Tries to hook Disco Dano, misses it unfortunately. Still 3 members alive, but 5 members fully Baron buffed up. The siege for this base is gonna start out. The pull takes him away from the hook, unfortunately.
It happens. That happens to me all the time. CCing someone else's damage or CC. It's a sad life, but yeah, Mad Jesters really tough position here. Like they definitely had scaling on their side. I don't know why they kind of kept on forcing things the way they did, and now I don't think they'll have enough time to kind of really get to the spikes that they want to be able to like win out in these fights. Zoinks really have just way more map control and just a lot more gold in their pockets, even just outside of Dano.
Yeah, it's really hard to deal with. They are trying though for another catch, but they need to be careful. There it is, double knock up. Hawkins doesn't get knocked up again with a good knock up from Sailor himself, as he is now all by himself. He wants to get a kill before he goes down, but he's not able to get it. It might mean that this dragon is gonna be taken by the Mad Jesters. Razel, no!
Oh, the comet! Oh
no way that just happened! The comet gets it, and now things go from bad to worse. Mad Jesters might just be out of this one. As a lot of trouble for them. Nice little flash from the Lemon Eater. Misses Took afterwards, but he has his carry right next to him. And Ace goes over. And that was really sad.
Yeah, unfortunately, I think Razel had gone down before the dragon was finished, right? So, unfortunately, they just weren't able to outdamage the Belcause in the end with that true damage ulti plus the comet, just absolutely burning through the dragon. Zoinks here looking for the end, trying to put an end to the Mad Jester's dreams of competing for that second spot.
Well, it ain't over till it's over, but it's looking, you know, like it's almost over, as the Baron buff and minions pushing through. I'm not sure if they really do want to end here, but Woning already taken fairly low, and so's Razel. He's just tanking up the minions. Needs to be careful. Sailor getting a nice knock-up on Blackburn there. Flash force from Oxen. He hits it as well. Hawkins is gonna go down. Disco Dano is just gonna Ragnarok forward, trying to get anything that he can. Sailor gets a 3-man knock-up. Not gonna be enough though. A triple kill goes over to Disco Dano. They, if they want to, could be looking for a penta. Let's see if they're walking for it. There it is, statuing. Disco Dano not finding his mark just yet. Lunia still very much alive. Ultimate not available. There is the first hook right onto Lunia. He gets knocked up though. He's not going to be close enough to get this kill. Surely it's going to be legendary, but it took too long. It will be the game though, as the Nexus Thirst goes down, and the Nexus is going to be targeted. Hawkins trying his best to keep them alive for a little bit longer. But it's not going to matter, as it's going to be Zoinks